Good afternoon, everybody. I just need to echo what everybody else is saying. It is so beautiful to stand on this side of the room and see everybody standing out there. My name is Jose Batista. I'm an attorney here in Providence. I have a solo practice in South Providence. And prior to that, I spent 1 year at the Public Defender's Office. And what I want to talk to you about briefly is that a current bill that has been proposed in the State House and what we need to do about it. Bill 5093, House Bill 5093, if I'm not mistaken, is a bill, I call it the anti-sanctuary city bill.
Oh, yeah.
As all of you have seen, thank goodness we have a progressive leader in Mayor Elorza who has declared that he will not cooperate with the Trump administration and their racist policies. But unfortunately, there's some folks in the State House who want to make that irrelevant. And so I want to give you a little bit of context of the things I've learned in my legal practice, tell you a little bit about the bill and what we can do to beat it. Unfortunately, a lot of the things that President Trump is proposing, these things are not new. They are expanded, they are exaggerated, they are a lot more than we've ever seen, but the infrastructure for what he wants to do already exists. In my 1 year at the Public Defender's Office, I had a front row seat to learn about police-community relations. And I saw how easily and how quickly it is for somebody to be introduced to the criminal justice system, even when they do nothing wrong. And I'm sure many of the folks in this room are already familiar with the statistics and the history and the parallels between Jim Crow and mass incarceration. But what President Trump is doing is basically taking that and exploding it and encouraging police to engage in discredited procedures, encouraging police to profile, encouraging police to round people up. And even though we have leaders here in the state who have said that we're not going to do that, there is an opposition voice who is saying, yes, we are. And so House Bill 5093 is sponsored, it was sponsored originally by 5 folks in the State House. And that bill is bad. The bill is bad, it makes us less safe. It makes us less safe because it attempts to force local law enforcement to comply with the federal government. It attempts to force local police to profile and to discriminate, and it attempts to force us by doing that by making it a crime to not comply with the federal government's executive orders. That's why we need to defeat that bill. Because rather than spending time deterring violent crime from taking place, from addressing real crime, what this bill attempts to do is make police officers waste their time in chasing people that they have no business chasing, and enforcing policies that they have no business enforcing, and in making us less safe. There have been dozens of mayors and local law enforcement across the country that have said that these police practices are unconstitutional and that they are not going to follow them. And so it is incumbent on us to make sure that this bill never sees the light of day. There are 2 things we can do to address that. Number 1, there is a petition. Sorry, it's a little warm in here. There's currently a petition that is going around, I believe, this room right now that has collected several hundreds, if not thousands of signatures already. And if I'm not mistaken, it has succeeded in making 2 of the 5 sponsors of that bill already rescind their names. So if we can stand up together and force them to regret the day that they introduced that bill, I think that'll be a huge win for all of us. So I encourage all of you to read the bill 5093, write your legislators, sign the petition, and most importantly of all, show up at the State House on Tuesday afternoon at 3 o'clock for a big rally to make sure that our voice is heard on this issue. Thank you very much.